I want to welcome you back to Boxy Jabs tonight. We're going to talk about a fight that has been finalized between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. We have Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. We all know about their father's big fight back into the 90s. Now, their sons are going at it. The fight will be October 8th at the O2 Arena in London. And I'm going to tell you, this is going to be a big fight. There is going to be a lot of electricity in the building. We know Conor Benn is an undefeated phenom at welterweight, and we know Chris Eubank Jr. is 32-2 and is a middleweight. But what they did with this fight is they found the catch weight of 157, but they also gave a pound and a half difference at 158.5. If Chris Eubank goes that high, he can still fight. But if he goes over, the fight will be canceled on the spot. So you will have the bigger fighter, Chris Eubank, against the smaller fighter. And we'll see how this fight looks. Because once Chris Eubank Jr. rehydrates, he may be at 170, 175. So Conor Benn is at a disadvantage. And we'll see what this young Benn is actually about. For the simple fact, he will be stepping up, fighting a fighter who is kind of like world class, but not world class. But he'll be using his youth and his speed and his power against Chris Eubank Jr. I'm excited about this fight. It's going to be on the zone. And I'm excited that we have a young fighter who is willing to take a chance against a bigger fighter. That's what boxing is all about. These two are fighting for legacy. They're fighting for not only themselves, but their families. We know about Chris Eubank, and we know about Conor Benn's father. They had a rivalry, and there was no comparison. Two excellent middleweights at the top of their careers, and we know that these two want to carry on that legacy. I believe in Conor Benn. Conor Benn is one of the most explosive young fighters in the world, especially in the welterweight division. They talk about Virgil Ortiz and they talk about your big man from Philadelphia, but they never say anything about Conor Benn and what Conor Benn has done over his last three fights. He has taken everyone to the woodshed. I'm talking about knocking them straight out the ring. This is how good Conor Benn is. And there has been a lot of criticism of him. But Conor Benn seems to be getting better as his career goes on. And that's what boxing is really about. You progress. And you have seen the progression of Conor Benn. You have seen him first start off quick, then basically he struggled. He still won those fights, but now Benn has taken off and become a boxer puncher, a strong one. Because if Benn gets you hurt, he's taking you out. And we know about the flamboyant Chris Eubank Jr. You know, he wants an opportunity to fight Benn, but he also wanted that opportunity to fight for the middleweight championship, which he hasn't received that chance. He wanted to fight Charlo, but that did not happen. So Benn is the next best option because it makes dollars and it makes sense. These two are going to walk away with some big money with this fight because both of them can sell a fight. I can see the multiple news conferences leading up to the fight, and they have that family legacy which sells, because everybody can remember their father's fight, and now they're seeing their sons at a high level of boxing. And Chris Eubank is talented, but I don't think we have seen the best of Chris Eubank. So this fight, most people will say it's a 50-50 fight because of the size of Eubank against the speed in the Conor Benn. You don't know who's going to win this fight. But I do know this, that this will be the fight that determines where either one of these guys go. Because if Ben wins this fight, Ben will shoot up the welterweight ladder. He's already probably the 5th welterweight in the world. But if he goes up and beat a contender like Chris Eubank at 158, and you know when he hydrates he's going to be 170, especially if he gets a knockout, it will put Conor Benn on everybody's, I'm talking about everybody's list to get a championship fight in the welterweight division. I don't care what you say. So this fight for Conor Benn means a lot. But for Chris Eubank, if he loses this fight, it might be over for him ever getting a title shot. I want to thank you for listening to Boxing Jabs. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, but also share this video.